The front yards, a lot of people are concreting over their front yards in all of these neighborhoods. So we have just passing a new law to the council next week that everybody has to plant at least 75% of their front yards. Important for the neighborhood, important for stormwater runoff as well. And mandatory street tree planting, as of, I hope, in 2 weeks, the council will pass a bill that every development is going to have to plant street trees 25 feet apart. Again, cool the air and bring amenity to the city. Now, design excellence is something I've talked about from the beginning, and the mayor has talked about, and we have finally beginning to see results. Now, I'd show these pictures. These are all very low-income housing or supportive housing for populations in need. The architecture is great, and it should be nothing less. And I've trained my commission, my staff, that just with a little bit of effort, tiny percent perhaps increase, the attention to a building, it contributes to its neighborhood, creates pride in its residents, and really lasts forever and creates value. So urban design excellence is across the board essential for the future of the city. These are some of the buildings that are actually in review right now. This is right next to the Museum of Modern Art. It's a very tall but thrilling tower by Jean Nouvel. This is, as you know, the Hearst Building, a totally sustainable building by Norman Foster. The Blue Building by Bernard Tschumi in the Lower East Side, the next neighborhood that I will be rezoning and preserving. Both East Village and Lower East Side are going to get their height limited. This New York Times building, a spectacular tower by Renzo Piano. This is an extraordinary building by Herzog and de Meuron on Bond Street. The One Bryant Park is a gigantic new office building, 100% sustainable, the first platinum LEED building in the city. It's right at corner of Bryant Park. It's topping out right now. And extraordinary innovation in sustainability and quite a really, I think, gorgeous looking tower. This is Jean Nouvel. This is at 40 Mercer Street, right off Broadway. This is the wonderful Apple Cube that is right outside the GM building. Again, great attraction, great architecture, is a great tourist attraction, and a great public space as well. I really think this is a huge success. This is by Architectonica, the new Bronx Museum of the Arts. Looks like kind of a folding fan. I think it's gorgeous. And this is the new Lincoln Center by Liz Diller and Rick Scofidio. This is Alice Tully Hall, and as a whole, all of 65th Street is being rebuilt, as you probably know, and designed by this great team. This is by a great architect, Tom Main. This is the new Cooper Union engineering building. Very excited about that. It's in construction right now. It's partway up. And this is Enrique Norton's building at York Street and Canal. Very thrilling and edgy building, which I think is really a great fun new condo. This is a new needle tower using the air rights from the Seagram building. This is by Jean Nouvel. It's on Lexington Avenue, right next to the Citibank Center, and it's only 4,000 square foot needle that rises over 800 feet into the air. This, I think, is a really spectacular building in Tribeca by Herzog and de Meuron, a condominium. And this, finally, is, I think, one of the great new buildings in the city. Almost no expense budget for building this building, but it is the new Museum for Contemporary Art by the firm Sana, and it gives the kind of energy and excitement and quality of the city that I always say New York deserves nothing less. And I'm thrilled to be able to play a small role in making that happen, and also thrilled to be here to speak to you today. Thank you so much. And
if you don't mind,
if anybody has any questions, or John's you're gonna be MC, great.
I was just gonna. I think we're on now. There we go. I was hoping to catch you for a question and answer session. I know that was a terrific presentation. Thank you. I will ask if there are questions. And okay, please come up to the microphone. Actually, if you don't mind.
Oh, I think he's just asking.
Is there an effort to make all the new buildings and things that are building going on LEEDs qualified? Or
And
with
that
green buildings?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's only about conscience right now. But what needs to happen is that there needs to be they do get some incentives, economic incentives for doing that. But I think those economic incentives have to be stronger. I think what we're hoping is that you finally get to the tipping point where people don't want to even rent in or lease in a building that is not LEED certified. But those have to be economic incentives that have to be passed by the state legislature. So that's what we're working on right now.
And a totally off-the-wall
Yes.
different question. As a meeting planner, will the new garden railway
High Line,
excuse
yes.
me, have any public event spaces that people can rent and utilize if it's set up and run by the city?
Yes, in a limited area because it's very important for fundraising for the High Line as well. But as you can tell, it's a very narrow park, so those are limited. But it's a very important component of its plan. Yes.